Hello everyone, this is Deepti and I am your biology facilitator, and in today's session I would like to teach you about human circulatory system, which is also called as the cardiovascular system. So let us just begin with the section. Have you ever thought when we get a headache or we get some fever, we take a pill and about in 30 minutes or an hour we just get relief from it? How is this possible? Now, our body has an amazing organ system for transportation of oxygen, nutrients, chemicals, medicines, hormones to the cells, and it takes away the metabolic waste and carbon dioxide too. This organ system of ours is termed as circulatory system. The human circulatory system is divided into three major parts: the blood, the heart, and the blood vessels, and we shall be discussing them one by one. Talking about your blood is a connective tissue, right? And it transports the nutrients, the gases, and the waste throughout our life in a continuous way in our body. This blood of ours is comprised of four factors, that is plasma, platelets, white blood cells, and red blood cells. And how do we know that? When we allow our blood to stand still for a few hours, we see the yellowish fluid at the top and some cells will get deposited at the bottom due to sedimentation. So this yellowish whitish fluid of the blood, which comprises 55% of the blood, is the plasma, which in turn is made up of 90% of water and 10% of your ions, proteins, nutrients, wastes, and gases. 1% of human blood is comprised of platelets and white blood cells. And what are these? Platelets are the coagulating factors, or you can say the blood clotting factors, which are responsible for the clotting of blood when we get a cut or a wound. And white blood cells, also called as the leukocytes, form the defense system of our body, and they just fight against the infection and diseases. 44% of human blood is made up of red blood cells, also called the erythrocytes, and they have this magical red pigment called hemoglobin, which has a tendency to bind with oxygen and carbon dioxide. Here, one point to remember is this, that when our blood is low in Hb content, that is your hemoglobin content, then our oxygen carrying capacity got decreased and we feel fatigue. And that is a primary symptom for an anemic patient. Now, as we know, we human beings are the multicellular, highly specialized organisms on this earth, and we are made up of tons of the cells. And each and every distant cells of ours need this food and your oxygen through the blood. So blood need to circulate to that every distant cell of ours. So for this function, we need a pumping organ, and that pump in our body is heart, right? And that is your important component of circulatory system. Now talking about heart, it is your clenched fist sized, triangular in shape, and it lies centrally in the chest cavity, and slightly its base is slightly tilted towards the left. Heart is made up of special kind of tissue called cardiac muscles and a sheath of pericardium. A sheath of specialized tissues called pericardium protects the heart from other surroundings. Now talking about the blood flow in the heart is internally divided into four chambers called the left atrium and the right atrium, and the left ventricle and the right ventricle. The upper two chambers, that is your left atrium and the right atrium, are your receiving chambers as they receive the blood in them. And the lower two chambers, that is your left ventricle and right ventricle, are the discharging chambers of our heart as the blood is discharged out from the out from them, right? Now, the left portion of the heart is divided from the right portion of the heart through a wall or a partition called septum, and it prevents the mixing of oxygenated blood from the deoxygenated blood. And now each chamber of the heart is guarded by a valve to ensure the unidirectional flow of blood. Now talking about the locations of these valves, the one which is present between the right atrium and right ventricle is called the tricuspid valve, right? And what is tricuspid? Tricuspid means it has three cusps. And what are these cusps? Cusps are nothing but the flaps of tissues. The one which is present between the left atrium and the left ventricle is called the mitral valve. The valve which is located between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery is called the pulmonary valve, and the one which is present between the left ventricle, which is the main pumping chamber of our heart and pumps the oxygenated blood to rest of our body through the main artery called the aorta, is called the aortic valve. Also, the last but not the least part of the circulatory system, that is your blood vessels, and which are nothing but the tubular network of your vessels or ducts, which just transfer the blood from one place to another. The ones which carry the blood away from the heart are called the arteries. The ones which carry the blood back to the heart are called the veins, and the one which connects both arteries and veins are called the capillaries. Now, as we know, the arteries carry blood away from the heart at high pressure. They have thickest walls to withstand this pressure. Veins, on the other hand, they return the blood back to the heart. So the pressure of the blood is almost lost, and they have the thin walls. And capillaries, on the other hand, have the thinnest wall. They are only one cell thick. That is, they are the single lined epithelial tissue, because and they also have fenestration in them. And what are these fenestrations? Fenestrations means they have apertures and perforations for the exchange of gases and nutrients. Now the lumen of artery is very narrow, the lumen of veins is wide, and the lumen of capillaries is very, very narrow, as they are only one cell thick. Now I think you have find it interesting enough. Thank you and stay curious.